Hi, this is Michael at TV Radio 1972, and today I am reviewing the HanRongDa HRD-205 FM Bluetooth Pocket Radio. You can buy these for around $20 on Temu. I paid $18.54 plus tax after price adjustment. Now, the reason why I got this radio is because I saw it online and it looked very interesting, so I figured why not buy one and try it out. Here's the box. I took everything out of it. Has an interesting look and form factor to it. Here's a picture of the radio. But the interesting thing about it is that not only does it receive a Bluetooth signal, but it can actually transmit a Bluetooth signal of the station you're currently listening to onto a Bluetooth device such as a earbuds or speakers. So I figured that's a pretty neat feature there. So there's nothing on this side of the box. Multifunctional mini stereo DSP radio. Some more writing on the side in Chinese. 1/20/22. My guess is that's the date code in which this radio was made. That's my guess, January 2022. Some bullet points. FM receiver, Bluetooth, FM transmit, Bluetooth, CLG display, backlight, alarm, loudspeaker, 30 station presets. They can be set either manually or automatically through the auto tuning storage or ATS. There's a lithium battery that's internal inside the radio, a lock feature, and you can use 3.5 millimeter headphones. Then there's the technical parameters. You can pause and look at that while I go over a few of the features. FM range 87.5 to 108 megahertz, which is in 50 kilohertz steps, which means you can fine-tune a station such as 87.75 if there's a station of that frequency near you. Bluetooth version 5.0, distance of FM radio signal transmit into Bluetooth signal up to 20 meters, I should say. Lithium battery 3.7, 500 milliamp hours, at least that's what's listed. I haven't opened the radio to actually check. Some logos in the bottom, and that is all for the box. I'll show you what came with it. First, it came with this instruction manual in English. I'll just show you a little bit of it only, since this is a pretty long booklet. That is all for that. And there's also a sheet of the description of key functions in 6 languages. I'll show you the English. You can pause and look at that. It also came with a USB to Type-C charging cable to power the radio, to charge it, I should say. And a lot of these newer radios are including this type of jack, the Type-C jack, which you'll see when I show you the radio. And then your wrist strap lanyard, which is detached from the radio. I prefer it that way. I don't put wrist straps on radios. Now, if it's already on there, I don't take it out. I just leave it there. And a bag to put the radio in. Nice silver bag. And then there's a card in Chinese. I don't know what that means, so you can pause and look at that. And it also came with this label that was on the packaging, but I took it out. And this usually happens when I get items from China via Temu. And that is all. I'll show you what the radio looks like. There it is. It's very small. One of the smallest radios I have. And I'm going to give some size comparisons next. Here's the HanRongDa HRD-205 which also has Bluetooth and is powered by a lithium battery. And the Retekis TR-105, which is also sold as a HanRongDa HRD-737. I don't know if they still make them, but here it is. And this has a connector for their rechargeable battery. The dimensions are 1 3/4 of an inch in length, 3.5 inches in height, and 5/8 of an inch in depth. Has a 13-inch antenna, which is rather thin. A 1.5 by 2 1/4 inch speaker grill, and the speaker itself is about 1 inch. So I'll show you what's on the radio. You have this display screen on top. Speaker grill and speaker, nothing on the bottom. And then on the side, a place to put your wrist strap. And then there's your power button. Then there's your band button. Now, while the radio's off, you can set the alarm with the band button. And when it's on, you could tune in either FM or Bluetooth. And then there's a lock button. You long press, it'll lock the radio. Oh, it has to be on standby. So I'll put it on standby. And then you can lock the radio by long pressing the lock button and then long press again to unlock. It also acts while the radio's on. When you single press, it'll transmit whatever station that is currently playing onto a Bluetooth device. And then your 5-volt DC jack Type C. Now I'll show you the alarm feature. So what I'm going to do is long press the band button and it'll show you what to do. Here's the date and time on top, your battery indicator, as well as the alarm icon. I gotta do this again. When it's on, it'll activate this icon. Alarm setup. You can toggle the time by hour and minute. Duration, the source, last listened to, and then whether you want to set it daily or weekly or once. And then the volume of the alarm. And that's it. I'm going to short press to get that icon out of there. And then on this side, you have your memory button. Now, it'll go through the presets, but you could also use it by long pressing while the radio's off. You can set to either 24-hour or 12-hour by using the tuning buttons. Now, there is a flaw with this, which I'll mention in a minute. You can set the time. And, of course, the date as well. Now, today is October 10th. However, they put the day first and then the month. For some reason, that's how they set it up. 11:29 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time from the northeastern part of New Jersey, or 4 hours later UTC at the time of this recording. But here's the flaw on this. If I turn it off, with this display off, and comes back on, it defaults back to 24-hour clock, so that's a flaw in this. You have your tuning up and down buttons, as well as your volume up and down button. And then on the back of it, pocket mini radio with Bluetooth player, your FM Bluetooth, and your input DC description there, made in China, some more logos and a quality control sticker. And on the top, you have your headphone jack. Headphone experience. No low-level hiss. However, when you put the volume at 0, you'll still hear a little bit of volume. So it's not completely down. So that's why it's not completely no volume. So that's why the no low-level hiss. Because it's not silent for some reason when you're on headphones. This antenna, like I said, it's pretty thin. And you're going to see it when I go through the bands. It's 13 inches, but it is pretty short, especially on the top. Very thin. So I'd be careful if I were you. And right now I'm going to tune the FM band. So I'm going to turn it on. Quick press to turn on. There it is. That is 87.75 WNYZLD, New York City, the audio TV channel 6 airing Korean programming.
특정한 그 지역이나 특정한 비즈니스, 특정한 계층에 도와주려고 하는 그 연방 정부나 주정부의 그 펀드가 만들어지면 재무부에서 그 돈을 받게 되고요. 그 돈을 받게 되면 그게 소진될 때까지.
Now another flaw with this radio is on the bottom here where it says no radio text. I don't know why they included this line, because frankly I find it a waste. Because no radio text on it means, it should mean that they implemented RDS, Radio Data System. They did not. This does not have RDS, so I think that line here is pretty much a waste in my opinion. I mean, you have the preset number, that's good, the frequency, that's good, but this line is just a waste in my opinion. Now, you can tune in 50 kilohertz steps, so I'll show you how to tune it that way.
투입이 돼서 거기에 막 개발이 되고 있거든요. 그렇게 개발을 하려고 하는
You can also long press to scan, which is what I'm going to do.
Jazz, rhythm, blues, and news. Lee Morgan.
So far, I've always had a more or less carte blanche. I could do whatever I wanted to do. In fact, I don't think I could really exist any other way.
Simpson, the Why Not Tour, featuring very special guest Duran Jones. Forest Hill Stadium, Saturday, October 19th. Tickets.
They worry that they're going to last forever. The sandwich generation and perimenopause and
Britain continues to grow through immigration.
Correspondent Vicky Barker. Wins News Time, 11:36.
Psalm 9, verses 1 and 2. I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will recount all of your wonderful deeds. I will be glad and
Imagine someone comes in and installs 10 nuclear reactors right down the street from you and runs all that power in a shop.
Murder Inc. We are 94.7 The Block. Always there when you call.
It bypassed K-Love, so I'm gonna tune back to that first. Now, here's another flaw here. There's a blank signal coming out of 95.95. Kind of similar to the problem I have with my Retekis V115 on 96.0, in which there's this blank signal that comes in. My guess that it's internally generated, which is probably what this problem is.
te da resultados positivos, así que síguelo ahí, no lo muevas.
59 seconds of hope.
Pastor Derwin Gray.
We were taking calls.
Le estoy botada. Mi amor, que no puedo mandar saludos.
부여가 되는 혜택이라고 보면 되겠네요. When you go, if I stay on your mind.
However, Stevenson called on women to embrace this contraction in their lives as, quote, yet another instance of the
it bypassed Z100 as well. So I'm going to go back there. And let's see if WHUD is on.
Low flat rate for this home heating season guaranteed. So call now. Dial 866-OIL.
That is great. My mom's very similar.
Yeah,
that's
like,
awesome.
Come on, you know what I mean? Like, it's
just a basic Christian truth to throw out there. And
fact that he is an apostle. You see, when he's writing to a church,
I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm.
In New York, part of their agreement was that they weren't going to get a mugshot on him because they were going to use a previous one. So it depends on who your lawyers are. And let me tell you, if you got a Shapiro on your hand or whatever the other cases, like, you got a good chance. But it definitely has.
And that is all for the FM. And I'll give you an FM reception report. I've noticed that during the scan, it bypassed some of the stations. So the seek function, you really need a strong station in order for it to capture it. And I got 48 stations, 36 okay to good, and 12-week signals, which to me, the FM is mainly good for locals, maybe a semi-local here and there, depending on how strong the signal is. To me, it's just average. Basically an average FM receiver. 48 is about average for this area. And right now what I want to do is transmit a signal to a Bluetooth source, but first I'm going to go through the presets and go to 92.3. Because that's the station I'm going to transmit the signal. And there it is. Then I press memory, and that's it.
And the outbound GW bridge is 40 to 45. Our next report is at 11:51. I'm Karen.
Now, I press this button, it'll put TX, which is transmit. So what I'm going to do is put on the HanRongDa HRD-205 for a demonstration of Bluetooth. Here it is.
Connected.
Surge did not reach Helene levels. Forecasters say floodwaters will continue to rise over the course of the next few days. National Guard members, Red Cross volunteers from here at home, even utility crews from up here are either already down in Florida or on the way. And of course, there are many former New Yorkers or family members that are down there.
Long Island native Jim Bergen had 3 feet of water flood his ranch house in Newport Richey, just north of Tampa, during Hurricane Helene.
And then we got hit with a second storm, so now half of that debris is now thrown around like a bomb hit it. There's refrigerators.
Then I short press to turn off.
In the street.
His wife Joan, who is from Staten Island, is storm weary.
We're going to rebuild, and I would like to sell it and get out. Yeah. I'm done.
Real estate broker Ray Collins.
Now I'm going to turn it back on and go to reverse by putting Bluetooth mode, which I can press the band button. And I'm going to play something from my cell phone. I'll play WBBM from Chicago, which is News Radio 105.9 FM.
Seeing you on October 27th. If you or someone you know is struggling, help is
I'll turn on the Bluetooth.
Calling 988 or texting TALK to 741-741.
Your heart starts racing. It's the feeling you get when you find a stunning outfit.
Here it is. It's connected to this one. HRD-205.
And new styles arriving every day. There's always something to fall in love with at Primark. Find your next fashion crush at a Primark store near you.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Maybe.
And that is all. The Bluetooth function, it works. I find that I can transmit a Bluetooth source or transmit from the radio to a Bluetooth source. Makes it to about 1 floor down or 1 floor up. But if I go beyond more than 1 floor, like 2 floors down, the signal starts to break up. So, from my house, that's not bad. It's not bad, at least it works. So that function is fine. Now I want to give you final thoughts. To me, the FM is average. The Bluetooth function works. Now, the volume on this thing could be a little louder. It's not a bad sound for a 1-inch speaker, but it could be a little more dynamic. Maybe could use a little more bass to it. And of course, the resetting the 24-hour clock when the display is shut off, even after I set the 24-hour, 12-hour clock. So, that's a flaw, and then that 95.95 flaw that's internally generated, I believe. So, that's also a flaw. So, overall, for the price, which is around $19 to $20, I can only give this a 4 out of 10, which is 2 stars. And honestly, for the price that it offers, maybe if they took about $5 off this price, maybe I can give it a maybe. But I really can't recommend it because of those flaws. And even the FM reception just being average and actually not as good as some of the radios I have. So, yeah, I really can't recommend it. And those are my final thoughts. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell notification to be informed on upcoming reviews, DXing videos, and other radio-related stuff. Have a good weekend, everybody. Stay safe, God bless, and 73s. Bye-bye.